Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to everybody. We about to go in on this one. Wait for everybody to come up in here. Peace and blessings to you all on this magnificent Money Monday. All right. So we got one person in here. Well, welcome. Hit the like button. I think I may know who this is. We got 2 likes. Shout out to the 2 people in the building. All right. Enjoy this magnificent Money Monday. Everybody hit that like button. We're about to get to the topic of discussion. Just need a few more people to hop up in here. All right, we got a good 7. Shout out to the 7 people in the building. We're gonna have some more people. It's only 1 minute, but only about 2 minutes. We got 4 likes, which is good to see. Depending on how many people are in here at the 5-minute mark, we might just get started coming in hot. But regardless, if we might just start up at the 10-minute mark if things aren't where they need to be. But things look good. Shout out to everybody in the chat. All right, show some love in the comments. Shout out to all the people in the live stream. Let's let some more people get up in here. Shout out to everybody watching. Peace, love, and light. Grand rising to you. Oh, we got 10 likes. We about to go hard. This about to be the one right here. This about to be the one right here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. This about to be the live stream of all live streams. I could feel it. I know you all can too. Let's go. About 3 minutes in, we got 13 people up in here. That's a good number too. What's up? What's up? What's up? Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It's gonna be one of those days, but it's not gonna be a bad thing when we say that. It's gonna be one of those days, like one of those good days, like one of those best days you ever had type days. Shout out to everybody. Let's go. Hopefully you all having a good start to your day, a positive one. All right. Staying away from all the weirdos. Keeping them all out your face and everything. All right, so let's see how many people we're going to have up in here at 5 minutes. Then we might have to go to 10 minutes. But I might just start at 5 or right now, depending. Because I got a feeling this thing's about to jump. I don't want to waste time. We got 14 people. We need 3 more likes. Shout out to everybody. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. How was y'all weekend? Hopefully everybody's weekend was good. Hopefully everybody had a peaceful weekend. Lots of good rest, lots of good sleep, lots of good food, around lots of good people. Even if it was just yourself, that's enough good people right there. But if you know you had the pleasure of being around some positive people, that's a wonderful thing. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Cool. Good. Got to get your relax on, and you got to get your peace on. Got to get your relax on. You got to get your peace on. The stress isn't worth it. The stress isn't worth it. Get all mad and upset for what? You still have to live life. You still have to go through life. Still got to live. No point staying that way, because you won't be able to enjoy your life. You won't be able to enjoy things, people, fun. You won't be able to move on to the next thing. It's like Jay-Z said, on to the next one. On to the next one. Something upsets you or doesn't go right, piss you off, whatever, makes you mad. On to the next one. All praises to the Most High. Glory to the Most High. All right, we made it to another Monday. It's a magnificent thing. All right, we're here. We were woken up today. That let's not take that lightly. Somebody didn't make it this morning. Somebody's not here right now. But we are. So we got to take advantage of that and make the best of it. That's all there is to it. Shout out to the 17 people. We're going to see where we at 10 minutes. See if we can get up to 25, then we'll start. But that's good. Everybody had a good weekend, peace-filled weekend. You guys getting into any fall activities? Or you still enjoy it? It's still kind of summer vibes where you're at still. I'm getting ready for some fall activities, man. I want some whatchamacallit, some apple cider and whatnot. And an apple cider donut or two. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I'm thinking of a lot of things working out exactly how I want them to, regardless of how things may seem. I know things are going to work out. That's the attitude you have to meet life with and project out into your reality. Despite what you see happening, it's all about the attitude that you project out into things. You can make whatever you want to happen. But just a side note, all glory to God. You can't when you say glory to God, you just gotta accept you're gonna be fired up within the next couple minutes of within saying that. You just get a little boost right there. You feeling low, you do that real quick, you're gonna be good. Give you that boost that you need. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit some little things on the side, if you will. All right, we got 25 people. All right, everybody hit the little emojis for me on the right side. We about to get started. We got 25 people up in here. I don't know why they're not showing. All right, but shout out to everybody in the chat. We about to get started. Shout out to the 25 people in the building. All right, we had 25. Now we got 23. Now we gotta wait 10 minutes for it to get back to 25. No, it's not that serious. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Yeah, it's not that serious. But we will wait for the 10-minute mark. You did. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. All right. Got your day off planned out well. Just give me one moment, please. Excuse me, if you would. Be right there, y'all. Bring it back now, y'all. All right, cool. And we still got the 25 people. All right. So let's get started. Shout out to everybody here this morning. I know everybody that watches my channel deals with certain things, dealing with people, dealing with yourself, dealing with things internally, trying not to allow external things to affect you. Good morning. Not allowing external things to affect you, but having the ability to correct yourself and control how you respond. But sometimes there are situations where reactions are needed. All right, sometimes there are situations where reactions are needed, but not reactions, but just more or less a amped up response. Sometimes you have to respond to people in a way that they can only understand. All right, so shout out to the 34 people in the building. All right, sometimes you can only, sometimes you have to respond to people in a way they can understand, and that's called communication right there. That's called communication. All right, sometimes the way you communicate to someone, they may not be able to pick up what you're putting down. All right, and depending on the situation, depending on the situation, you may need this person to immediately pick up what you're putting down. All right. You may need this person to immediately pick up what you put down. And if your regular way of going about it or your normal way of doing things isn't getting the result you would like, you may have to take a different approach. And I know there are some people who are uncomfortable taking that approach. You have this other side of you. You don't tolerate certain things, and it's a certain way you want things to go when you deal with people, and not wanting to be an ignorant person or a bad person, you may have taken an approach that may not get you the best result. So you have to find a happy medium when dealing with people. That's called communication. You have to find a happy medium when dealing with people, so that way you can get your point across. That way you can get the desired result that you're looking for. All right, sometimes you may have to deal with people in a way that they're used to. Sometimes people are only used to certain ways of understanding things, that to understand basically how serious you are, or how bad you need them to understand what it is you're trying to say to them. Because not everyone is going to be able to understand the way you try to talk to them, if it's a way that they're not used to. You may try to talk to someone like I'm talking to you now. Somebody may not be able to respect that. Hey, can you not do this? Or hey, can we work this out? Or they may not, it may not be enough for them. But unfortunately, sometimes when you realize that, so you don't react, it's best to just leave already. Because if you realize that a person, like, depending on the situation, if you're in a situation that you can't get out of course you're gonna have to apply excessive force, whether it be verbal, and God forbid, hopefully it won't ever have to get to this, but maybe even physical. All right, but that's for only extreme purposes. I don't have to explain to you about that. But when it comes to dealing with things where it's mental, and where people are trying to get over, or people are trying to manipulate, all right, these are things that you have to be patient with yourself, so that way you can still deal with other people in a way to where you can get what you want. You don't have to get upset necessarily to get somebody to do what you want, just because they're not being cooperative. You don't have to stress yourself out over somebody else not being cooperative. Sometimes people like to play games. Sometimes people are just at a certain place in life where they just don't care, and they try to their attitude will affect others. All right, so when people are in their head going through whatever they're going through, it's best to just realize, like, this person might be going through some stuff or whatever, but still, I'm not going to allow this person to just do whatever, you know, look at it from as many angles as you can for the purposes of critical thinking or whatever. But, sometimes you got to call a spade. And sometimes when, you're pretty much, you done thought your way around it. You done talked your way around it. You done tried to figure out your way around it. And you done pretty much had it. Sometimes sometimes you might react too. All right. But you still want to have that at least be somewhat controlled, because it's like you don't want to put yourself in any situations that you don't want to be in for the rest of your life. All right. But sometimes, you have to react. Sometimes you have to let people know that this is a serious situation, and I need your help in this, and you gonna help me in this. All right. And you're going to participate in what we have going on here. All right. So you're going to participate, that you're going to be a part of this, and this is how this is going to happen. And I'm going to need you to understand that what is going on right now, and what I'm implementing is what's going to happen, and you're going to be a part of that. All right. And sometimes, you gotta let people understand that. And it's not that it's like you're trying to cause a problem. You're not trying to be anything that you're not, or anything like that. It's just that when you have something that needs to be done, or you have an agenda that needs to get fulfilled or accomplished, or you're putting something in place, and you know what you want, and you have to get to what you want. All right, you know what you want, you know why you want it, you know what you need it for, like, your reasons, and you know that you're not going to let anything stop you from doing what it is you need to do. All right, there's like a unseen, unnatural, or natural, whatever you want to call it. It's just some type of force that may push you to react a certain way, because it's like your back may be against the wall, or it may be a situation where it's do or die, or it may be a situation to where it's like, I gotta make sure this happens, or it may be something to where it's like it's all you got, and you need this to happen. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's like it's a situation to where you can't take no for an answer. All right, so some people, they're going to learn they're going to learn to not mess with people. They're going to learn to leave you alone, and no matter how you are as a type of person, whether you're peaceful, whether you're non-problematic, whether you're reserved, calm, collect, whatever type of person you are, people like that sometimes tend to not be seen as a threat or threatening, or sometimes people like that may be seen as or not, like they're an issue or non-issue, non-threat. But when you push a person to like the whole poke the bear scenario, you keep effing with somebody, then sooner or later, you're gonna end up getting what you're looking for. You end up getting what you're asking for. People really don't want to get like that, because it's no need. It's no need. Everybody's chilling. People are just trying to enjoy their day. People want to have a positive experience in life, but then you have people that will purposefully try to push your buttons and take you to a place where you're not trying to go. It's like, I don't want to have to get like this, or I don't want to, nobody wants to be that type of person. Some people do, that's just them. That's their personality. That's what they want to be. They want to be that type of person throughout their life. All right. But, that's from like a whole evil point of view. But I don't know, there are people who are different. There are people that just chill, man. And they don't want to start no beef, no drama, no weird stuff. But then you have people who are problematic. They can't do without the drama. They can't do without some type of confusion or some type of negativity. There are people who like to, cause problems for other people, hurt other people, damage other people, play with other people, keep effing with other people. And the more you, sometimes, like, I guess, and I've even seen this in books, but sometimes it's like you need to give them that negative reaction. I don't know. It's like sometimes when you give people a negative reaction, sometimes they'll fall back and leave you alone. Oh man, sometimes you give people a negative reaction. They're like, "Oh, okay, all right, you got it, player." You know, it's like they don't expect it, but it's like no, nobody ever expects it. You just want to be left the hell alone, and that's it. You know, people will learn their lesson. Bothering people that's not messing with them, they're gonna learn the hard way. Unfortunately, just like sometimes there are lessons in life you have to learn the hard way when it comes to dealing with manipulative people. Sometimes people who like to play games and bother people have to learn lessons that they shouldn't have tried to bother that person. You know, leaving people alone is a beautiful thing, man. Keeps you out of trouble, keeps you safe, keeps people from getting hurt, keeps people from reacting on other people. You never know what might happen, man. You bother you bother the wrong person. That's why I leave people alone, yo. I leave people alone. I'm on my business. I don't bother people. I don't even if I'm out, I don't even be like looking at people halfway hard the time. I'll be like peeping my surroundings and whatnot, but I don't even be I don't even be like, I'll look at people just to like whatever, but like I don't be nosy or in people conversation or none of that. I just strictly just be focused on me and just be peeping my surroundings. That's it. Because like you never know, man. People take things the wrong way. People you never know what type of time people are on, man. And yeah, you just gotta be aware of your surroundings, the area you're in, the type of people you're around. And sometimes certain areas, they require a different type of personality. When you're around different kinds of people, and different kinds of environments, the type of person you like to be may not be the type of person you need to be. All right, sometimes you may have to amp up on your style a little bit. You might have to have some tough love, or you might have to be strong, as strongly positive as you can. You might have to be as strongly positive as positive as you can, positively assertive. There you go. Positive. You got to be what I say. It wasn't positively assertive. It was something like that. But yeah, you definitely got to be assertive with people, man. Um, yeah, it helps you get what you want. It lets people know that this person is out for whatever it is that they're coming for, and they're not taking no for an answer. It's the way you should be in life with everything and everyone. It gets things done. It gets things done. But yeah, the other day, yeah, I had to react on somebody. You know, I was gonna wait till we had some more people in here, but we got about 40 people. Everybody, all right. So we need the likes to match the amount of people in the building. All right, hit the like button. Shout out to everybody in this chat. All right. It shows YouTube that you like the content that I'm creating. So it's just not for nothing just to hit the like button. It just shows YouTube you like the content I'm creating. So if you do like the content I'm creating and you like this video and you like this channel, please hit that like button for your main man. Shout out to everybody in the comments. All right. And also if you'd like to support my channel, that would be appreciated as well. All right. And if you need to know how to do that, I could also explain. There are several ways. All right. So shout out to everybody. We're gonna wait till we get to the 30-minute mark, and I'm gonna tell y'all how I reacted on somebody. All right. Shout out to everybody. The Fantastic 40. Peace, love, and light to everybody in the chat. All right. But there are a lot of ways to not react. All right. Reacting is not the most positive thing you can do, but sometimes it's the thing you have to do. I don't condone it. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's normal. It's normal. If you put baking soda and soda in a bottle with a Mentos or whatever, it's gonna explode. With some Coca-Cola, it's gonna explode. You keep doing something just like how you can cause a chemical reaction while being scientific. You could do an experiment on a person and cause them to have a chemical reaction as well with the chemicals that are inside of them. Stress, the anxiety, the anger, rage, all those create chemicals within a person. And if a person, has too much buildup, they don't know how to, release the negativity and that the stress buildup, then boom, reaction. Or it just could be you just like one of those things where you just automatically react because of how the situation is, and it's just normal. You just have no time. It's just whatever happened was just so crazy that it just made you snap. There we go. Also, it's wise to research the laws in one's area, and if you can provide evidence, even better. Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. And, that's that's next level right there. Yeah, that's definitely wise advice as well. At some point, they get comfortable with the disrespect and they won't even realize they're on camera. That's very true. That man, I've hit points on that in so many videos like these, and you could see that in other areas. A lot of these demons, they don't even know they're on camera, man. They forget. A lot of these demons forget they're on camera, man. They forget. They'll just behave. They'll just behave and forget that what they're doing is being recorded. That's not wise at all. That's not intelligent at all. Yeah, that's not wise at all. If you have to hit the notification bell to get the notifications, but YouTube sends them out whenever. Sometimes you can't really I can't really control that, but I try to keep consistent with the times that I go live. So the morning live, that's going to be a thing. I'm still going to make sure that I do evening or night lives as well. I just have to. I just started working about maybe my third, fourth week. I've been working for maybe a little less than a month. So I'm trying to get my routine and my new schedule down as far as how I have to move. That's I don't know what to say about that. It should hey, I don't know. Share the video. I guess when you share the live, it helps get the notifications out. Maybe you guys have to share the live a lot more, or I don't know. I have to look it up why the notifications. Maybe I could email YouTube. I'll contact them. Maybe you guys can contact them too. All right, that also helps. Like tell them that you're not getting the notification for some of the people you're subscribed to. That should help too. But yeah, we're almost at the 30-minute mark. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you how I reacted on this person. But yeah, there are certain situations that will cause you to react, especially if you're already dealing with a lot, especially if you already have a lot on your plate. That's why you never know what a person is going through. You never know what they're dealing with. It's best to just, if you can be respectful, just as best you can, stay out the way. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. All right. About to hit this 30-minute mark right quick. We got 43 people in the building. We need the likes to match the amount of people in the building, so that way we can get to the little story I got for y'all. All right, everybody hit the like button. How do you deal with being a TI? I deal well with it, but there are certain days where it might not be anything related to being a TI. It's just something that somebody is doing purposefully because that's who they are, and that they're just on that opposite side. They're on the evil side of things. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be making this video if I thought it was just myself. I wouldn't think there was anybody else that would be able to relate to what I was saying. So I'm more than aware. It's more than just me. Um, that's why there's like 39 people in the chat right now, because at least 38 people, 39 people can relate to what I'm saying. So yeah, I never thought it was let's get to the story. We got 37 people in the chat. Um, yeah, I reacted on somebody. They were just being annoying, and I reacted. The end. Nah, people want to be annoying on purpose sometimes, and sometimes you have to let people know that you're not gonna take they stuff, and you like when you try a certain way, a certain time, and a certain when you keep trying to be polite and it's not working, and you're tired of being polite, and it's a do or die situation. It's like you or them, and you're tired of it being you're tired of putting other people first and it not working out for you, and it's like you thought you were doing the right thing but it ended up just backfiring on you because you it's mm, 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 mm. Shout out to Matthew. What up, Matthew? When you're polite to people and they just don't take it, or they take it for granted, or they think like you soft because of it, or they just don't respect it, whatever. You don't know what the hell's going through some of these people's minds, and you don't care. It's just you just trying to you just you have your way about doing things. Other people have their way about doing things. It doesn't make you any lesser, it doesn't make them any greater. But for people to peg you as something and then think they're just going to do something and think that's the way things are going to go, you got to let people know that they're crazy. You sometimes you have to get crazy to let a person know that they're crazy. Um, so you have to you have to stand up for yourself regardless of what you think you're like, regardless of your life experience. Like what ignorant people don't understand is this isn't to be tough. This is life. At some point you're going to have to stand up for yourself in life. You don't have to get into fights. It doesn't have to result in a fight. It doesn't have to result in you putting hands on somebody. It doesn't have to result in you harming anyone or you trying to prove to anyone that you're hard or tough or gangster or whatever. I know some people, that's their mindset, and that's understandable. That I know some people, you're not like that. That's your how you think and go through life. Hey, that's how people think and go through life. Your opinion is not my reality. I refuse to allow that opinion to be my reality anymore. All right, so anyway, sometimes you just have to, sometimes people need to understand that you mean business, and they have to be known that, they have to be told that sometimes people, they're not going to respect what you're trying to get across to them, and just the average way of doing things isn't going to work, regardless of who you are or what you think you are. You have to have some heart and life, so it's about having heart and life, and it's about just standing up for yourself. It's not about all that other funny stuff. That's stupid. That gets people in jail. That gets people, dead. Like that stuff is dumb. That's not grown man stuff. That's not what grown men are about. That's what little boys are about. That's a little boy mentality. That's a little boy mentality. You're not about that. Grown men don't display that type of behavior. Um, Grown men try to work things out, and then when things don't work out, grown men see that, okay, I have to take a different approach. And as a grown man in life, or just a grown person in general, sometimes you have to take a different approach because the approach you're taking ain't working. You tried to be the nice person, the polite person, the right person. You tried to be the full of light person, the bright person. All right, you still got to be bright. All right, but definitely still got to use your head, most definitely. But some situations, you got to get strong with people. All right. Some situations require a little bit more strength, a little bit more oomph, a little bit more power. You might be able to get you might not be able to get something done with a, hey, can you please? But you might be able to get something done with a little bit more, a little bit more oomph with what you need to get across to a person. So basically that's pretty much all that happened. It's nothing really that, a person needs to, it ain't nothing to brag about, it's just I'm just talking about a situation in my life. But regardless, you can't get caught up in what people are saying, because that stuff is just stupid, man. That's a stupid mentality to have. But yeah, I snapped on this person, man, because they deserved it. So sometimes, you gotta snap on people, man. I snapped on this person, man. It's not like I wanted to, but it's like I had to, because it's like yo, it's me or you, and I gotta choose me. I'm not gonna choose another person. You know what? I'm just gonna let this person just do this, and then whatever happens to me happens to me. Like, screw that. What up, Dimitri? Yeah, screw that, man. Like, I'm not. Yeah, I'm definitely. If it's them or you, you gotta choose you. You gotta choose you every time, and it don't gotta result in anything major or tragic or serious. You just do the most, the strategic way to get what you want. It don't have to result in it. Sometimes, like, rarely, but sometimes, you'll have to snap on somebody. How many times have I come on here and been like, yo, I snapped on somebody? Like, sometimes you have to, though, because you have to get your point across to people. So yes, I had to snap on somebody the other day, and yo, it felt good, man. I ain't gonna hold you. It felt good, man. It felt good. It's not like that, bro. It's not what you think. It's a situation where you have to react because the person's not going to understand unless you do. Like, if you're dealing with somebody and you're trying to get something, if you're trying to get something done, and the regular way of doing it is not going to get it done, you're not going to be able to. It's like a bad kid, a parent that's trying to get their kid to listen might have, you can't spare the rod, so that child might have to get cracked upside the head or cracked upside the backside. Sometimes you gotta verbally, I wouldn't give a damn if you was or if you wasn't. Sometimes you gotta verbally put your foot up against somebody's behind. Yeah, sometimes you gotta verbally get right with people for them to understand what it is, what it is you're doing. Sometimes you gotta, yeah. So it's really like, yeah, it's not even all that serious. You just gotta let people know sometimes that you gotta do what you gotta do. And yeah, like, I know for the sake of the YouTube, I know some people are thinking like I really snapped for real. So it is what it is. I did put that title up there, so I gotta take what comes with that. So I know there are gonna be some people in here who aren't really able to grasp what the gist of what I'm saying, but it's just like, they're like, oh, he reacted. So there are some, maybe they're coming in at a certain time. Maybe they have to go back from the beginning and watch it from the beginning. But yes, it's not that type of reaction. Yeah, it's like it's like something that you have to do because people aren't taking you serious or listening to what you're saying, or they're basically not obliging to your command. Sometimes, like, say if you're in a situation where somebody got to do what you tell them to, and they're not, what are you going to do? You're going to keep telling them softly and just, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do this? And then they're not going to do it. Oh, you hey, you go amp it up a little bit. You're going to put some strength behind it. Yo, man, if y'all could have seen, yo, I know that, like, yo, even when I'm mad, like, yo, I know I'm low key funny, y'all. I know I'll be funny. But yeah, even when I'm mad, like I wish sometimes there could just be somebody there to see that stuff. Cause like what I do have to handle when a situation like okay, I don't even know why I didn't do that early on. All the egghead number, whatever you are, egghead, egghead. You know, egghead activity. You know, reaction. Like it just takes people. If you know, you know. You know, if you know, you know. Knowing is half the battle. And all right, shout out to everybody who watched GI Joe. Knowing is half the battle. Um, egghead is now removed from the chat. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like the situation was this. I was telling, I had to ask somebody to do something. All right, y'all know I do what I do for work or whatever. I had to ask someone. I'm like, hey, can you please remove yourself from the premises or whatever? And I asked politely a couple times. And, you know, I asked politely a couple times. And then after asking politely a couple times and the person just not, you know, cooperating and helping me out, and I started to think about it. I'm like, man, I'm like, yeah, I'm asking this person nicely. I'm like, bro, I'm being nice to you. He's like, yeah, but this, I'm like, he's like explaining himself. You know how people like see it. And this is the thing. This is why you have to, this is why it pays to understand the world around you, as far as it's just as far as me and myself, because it could be being a good person. You have to be aware of when people are trying to manipulate you, because people will try to take advantage of you and you could end up getting the short end of the stick. All right, so in order for you to not get the short end of the stick, and in order for you to not be manipulated as a good person, it's good for you to be aware of the tactics that people are trying to implement. And I was aware of his tactics that he was trying to implement, and that stuff started making me mad. All right, so this was righteous anger used intricately and intelligently and strategically. This wasn't just your average reaction. All right, this was well planned, well thought out. I got in his ear and I whispered. I whispered how I felt. I said, man, you didn't, you know, I didn't. You know, you don't do that. That's not intelligent. That's how you get yourself in trouble. I walked up on this person and I expressed how I felt, and they got the gist of everything I said. And things, yeah, they understood. You know, all it was just a lack of understanding. I figured out a way to communicate, and I communicated, and they reciprocated. You know, I did it office work style. You know, you got that person at the office that just keep bothering you, and you got to walk up on them, and you got to express yourself quietly. You know, you quietly just they do the Wile E. Coyote on you, and all you see is just a dust cloud behind them. But it is what it is, man. Yeah, like that. It just, I don't know, man. It felt good, man. It was just a lot of pressure and stress released. You know, I'm not the type to do things like that. But I just got tired of it. You know, I got so tired of it. I wasn't having it that day. You know, today ain't your day. Today ain't your day. And yeah, you know, yeah, dude was trying to be manipulative because, you know, I'm kind and whatnot, and I just wasn't gonna allow him to take my kindness for a weakness at this point. Dude was like, oh yeah, I just need this, I just need that. You have to look at it from, like, when you're a good person and you're looking at it like you're gonna put other people first if you're looking at it from their point of view. You know, oh man, this person is this person is that, they're just trying to this, they're just trying to that. I understand. Oh man, this is like the end. You have to decipher through your own empathy at times. You have to know when to use it and when not to use it. I guess that's discernment or discretion or whatever the hell it is. You have to know when to use it and when not to use it, when to be empathetic and when not to be empathetic. All right. Sometimes you got to be empathetic to number one. All right. And I wasn't going to let this person possibly, you know, ruin anything for me. So I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, bro, you making things hard for me. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, like, I'm like trying to calmly talk to him. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to cooperate with you. You're making things hard for me. You're making things difficult for me. You're not reciprocating. You're not picking up what I'm putting down. I'm talking to him, and then after a while, I just calmly talking to him for about 5 minutes. Because I walked away, I'm walking back, talking to him for a little bit, and dude's just going to do what he wants to do. I said, you know what? You going to do what you want to do? Time for me to do a little bit of what I want to do. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So I did a little bit of what I wanted to do, and that was that. No tough guy stuff, no whatever you want to call it. But you're not going. You don't have to be no tough guy to not let people walk all over you or treat you like a doormat. You're just putting your best interest first, and that's all I was doing. Was putting my best interest first. I wasn't trying to be no tough guy or be like that. That's stupid, man. That's dumb. Only people who don't get girls that are trying to impress females do that. I'm tough. I'm about that. I'm the, it gets women excited. I understand. There are females that are excited by that, but there are also females that are excited by other things. By people who are not afraid to be themselves. So that's pretty much where you just got to be at with it, because there are people that are like about, oh man, this is that deal. And it's like, people got to go through life, and, some people got a level head with that. And they know that it's just a certain level that they're going to take it. And then, you have people that they don't have any constraint with it, and they're just totally toxic and demonic. And that's just their way of life, having to prove everything, or having to just be that type of person, or whatever. I guess they got to be the baddest man in the land, but there are people that just ain't really even worried about that. It's just like, if something happens, they're going to take care of it. And if not, they're just going to chill. There's no need to try to prove to people that you're something. That ego, that's I don't even know. That's just that. I guess some people got that problem. I try to work on myself so I don't, but it is what it is. But yeah, man, it felt good. I'm not one to normally snap on people, but it felt good. You're tired of being a good person. Your back's against the wall. You just want people to agree with you and work with you, and just all you want people to do is cooperate. You're not trying to cause any issues. Not trying to start no problems. You just, hey, will you cooperate with me? Cool. All right. Hey, will you cooperate with me? Hey, will you cooperate with me? Hey, trying to get you to cooperate. And then after a couple of times of that, you just like, yo, you gonna cooperate with me, man? Okay. Then you demand that cooperation. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, you can even unball your fist if you want. You just demand cooperation, and respect too. It's uncomfortable to not be liked. All right, it's uncomfortable to not be liked. Your feelings, you're weird, but you have to get uncomfortable. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. All right, that saying is, man, that saying holds true in many areas of life. All right, and it's uncomfortable to have people not like you, but it's more comfortable to have them not test you and try you either. That's very comfortable. I'd rather have that feeling. I'd rather have the feeling of people may not like me too much, but at least they'll respect me. I'd rather, it doesn't matter if people like you. Respect is having people, or that's being liked on a whole other level. That's really what you want when you're thinking of being liked. All the people, you may not be the most popular person. You may be a popular loner. You may not be the most liked person or a popular person, but hey, it is what it is. Shout out to the mods in the building. Shout out to Dimitri. Thanks for stopping by for the chat. After a while, Dimitri, when you see me take certain people out of the chat, you'll catch the flow of things, and you'll see like, okay, this is somebody that he would get out of here. This is somebody he don't want in here. This is somebody that we need to get out of here. Like if you see them disrupting the chat, if you see them disrupting the flow of things, like anything like that. If it's a situation to where it could be some growth, or people could learn from it, or where I could make a few jokes off of it and people could laugh, then you could leave them in here for a little bit, and I'll tell you when to take them out, or rather I'll be like, hey, can you get rid of this person, or we'll come up with a little thing or whatever to know when somebody need to be taken out. We'll say their name and then say something. Oh, what up, Paula? But shout out to everybody in the chat. All right. I know everybody goes through this, obviously. I know everybody has reacted. I mean, why would I make this video if I didn't think anybody went through this? Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Sheesh. God. You know, what? What? That's deep. Yeah, that's deep. But yeah, I know there are a lot of people that go through this. Yeah, yo, man, the most smart, the smartest people do that. The smartest people do that. The smartest people do that. All right, it's the people that are on the low end of the gene pool. It's the people on the low end of the gene pool, man. That be all that other stuff, man. Oh God, yeah, they can't do it. They can't do it. They cannot just leave you alone. And man, do we have some videos on that coming today? I think I'm gonna drop that video on that because they can't leave you alone as much as they'd like to, as much as they would want to just be normal. And certain people you have to remember it is because you're targeted. Like certain people will do things to try to give you a hard time on purpose, whether it's because they see you're a good person or whether they see it's because you're chosen and you have your anointing, and it's pretty much a part of the contract. It's pretty much a part of your contract of being a good person and getting blessed and all these things, and they see you doing your best, and they know it's like you have to go by a certain set of rules in life that they don't have to abide by. I'm pretty sure there are some of them that are aware of that too. They can look at us and see that we have to abide by a certain set of rules, and they don't. But yeah, man, I know we all go through this. All right, I know we all go through this. Shout out, but the thing is, it's like I know y'all are probably more ahead of me. All right, so like I'm going through these things right with y'all. Like I know there's people who watch my videos that are more advanced, and it's just cool for them to see somebody figuring out things that they already know. Like, oh, he figured it out. Oh, look at him. Good for him. Oh, okay, he's getting it. Oh, okay, cool. I'm sure there's people that are way more advanced that have gone through way worse or way more things than I have. It's just a channel to bring light and attention to what my experience and some of the things that other people can relate to as far as what they've went through and what we go through as a collective. All right. Yeah. No, it's definitely no reason to not hang on, man. Life is fun, man. Well, they're just in the way of the coins. They're just in the way of the next level. They're just in the way of beating the boss. All right, they're just in the way of beating the game. Getting they're just in the way. They're just in the way. Oh yeah. I appreciate it, Jeanette. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, much love. Um, but yeah, like some people deserve you snapping on them. Some people deserve you snapping on them, and all you have to do is do it in a way to where, like a couple years ago, I'd probably I probably would have yelled at him. You know, I wouldn't have handled that like a smooth criminal. All right, I probably would have yelled at him, made it hot, brought attention to the situation. There's no need for all that. There's no need for all that. Yeah, you don't need to make yourself hot. To no need to make the situation hard on yourself. We got 45 people in here. We got 48 likes. That's an amazing thing. All right. If you guys like my content and would like to support my channel, you can send a super chat throughout my live stream. You could donate to my Cash App or my PayPal. All right. But I hope everybody's enjoying this live so far. All right. But as far as reacting goes, it's just a matter of you knowing your worth, knowing that this person is beneath you, pitying this person, knowing that this person is not worth it. They're never worth it. You're always going to have to deal with someone, unfortunately, that may feel some type of way about your situation, or They may just be difficult on purpose or whatever it might be. But it is what it is as far as people like this. You're going to have difficult people to deal with, but you don't have to make it difficult. It could be real easy. All right, so you just have to use discernment, and you have to be able to tell what's called for the situation. There are certain things that would make an easy situation turn into a hard one, or one a person may stress over if a person is afraid to be a type of person, or if a person is not going to stand up for themselves, or you have to not let empathy get in the way, being a good person get in the way, fear get in the way. All right, there's certain time. There's a time for everything, and there's a certain type of person you have to be in certain situations. But yeah, crashing out is definitely not the option. It's not what you have to do. You just have to maintain yourself and control yourself in a certain way to where you can get what you need done and get your point across without crashing out, without doing the most, without going too hard. But there's a certain way that you can handle things to make people understand a lot better than if you were to try to do it a certain way to where they're not going to get it at all. It is a distraction. It's most definitely a distraction, but there's a time and a place for everything. And if it's a situation where it's something has to be handled and you have to handle it, then you're going to have to deal with it this way. This isn't the situation to where you can just easily walk away from this. This isn't one of those types of examples. There are situations in life to where you're not going to be able to walk away from it as like you think you could. You may be able to walk away from it, but the problem still may be there, and you still have to deal with it. We're not talking about situations where you're out, somebody's out, or somebody's just bothering you, and all you have to do is just bypass them and keep going. We're not talking about situations like that. All right, there are situations where if you could just bypass it and keep going, that's what you do. You bypass it and keep going. You don't stand there and just argue with someone because they want to argue with you, or start with them because that's their agenda. They're trying to get you caught up and distract you. You are right. But when it's a situation where you have to deal with it, and you are faced with this situation, and if you ignore it or don't handle it, it's just going to stay, or it's going to keep reoccurring. It's like where 50 Cent was talking about being aggressed. He got tired of being aggressed, so sooner or later he had to become the aggressor. He said, "You looking for me? No, I'm looking for you." So it's like that's what you have to do. All right, now I rebuke that for myself. I'm sorry that's happening to other people, but I'm not acknowledging that or paying attention to that. I'm on a different path. I'm not just a YouTuber. I'm not the average YouTuber. So yeah, I ain't gonna have to worry about that with myself. Yeah, I ain't gonna never have to worry about that. But yeah, this live stream has been real. All right, we got one more minute. Shout out to everybody in it. And we're about to end this thing in a couple seconds. So I just want to appreciate everybody for stopping through. Pretty much I just had to handle a situation for everybody that is aware and on it. I know you guys understand, like, oh, okay, I just had to handle a situation, and sometimes in life you have to handle situations a little bit differently than you would normally. So that's pretty much the premise of this video. That's what this video was about. All right. Yeah, yep. So that's pretty much what this video was about. All right, so regardless of all that, you have to figure out what works best for you, what particular situation you're in, and the wisest way to handle it. All right, sometimes there are situations that call for you being polite, and sometimes there are situations that call for you doing what's right, and you have to determine whatever that may be for yourself, what's right for you for that situation. But usually if you go with your gut and you be wise about it and be smart about it, you'll be all right. All right, so thank you all for watching this video. Shout out to everybody that was in this live stream. All right, shout out to everybody that hit the like button. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. All right, and I will see you all in the next live stream. If you'd like, you could go over to Druuill Nation. I'm about to have my live stream over there. We're about to have the morning meditation session. All right, the morning meditation session. All right, for reaching your unlimited potential. All right, so if you'd like to reach your unlimited potential and create that mindset for yourself, go on over to Druuill Nation, and I'll see you all in that live stream. All right, peace, love, and light. We out.